Say true God. Downfall.
But I'm still screaming, fuck 'em all, cause they gave too much anger in my blood to stop now and let these dogs get what they want, cause it's fuck them now like it was fuck them then. Only thing that changed was boys to men, that's how it is, I won't stop. No, that's how I live and won't stop. No. I can see in their eyes, I can hear in their lines.
I can't lie, I expected a heavier hitting drums, but I kind of like it. I don't mind it still, because there ain't no 808s yet, and I expect 808s to hit this.
No. I can see in their eyes, I can hear in their lines. That tick is only for the picture, gets bigger when others are with you. But I recognize real, and I don't recognize them.
I recognize real recognize real. And I don't know who them man are in it, so boy, you put 2 and 2 together. Just cause you know some of my boys don't mean we're friends. We might be acquaintances at best, but I don't think we're close. I like this.
That's how I live and won't stop. No. I can see in their eyes, I can hear in their lines. That tick is only for the picture, gets bigger when others are with you. But I recognize real, and
I don't recognize them.
Just cause you know some of the boys don't mean that
we are friends.
Cause I got blood that don't conversate with, don't care who or what they came with. I'm sick of trying
There's
to
some 808s.
I'm really testing the patience.
Ooh, listen to the production on this. 1 minute. Who produced it? That's Grinny. Shout out That's Grinny, man. He does better Aussie type beats, man. Shout out That's Grinny, man. He's cold.
Just a deadly cunt. These are the rappers or actors. Somebody turn the telly off. I do this for the area. That's 24 times 7 days a week. Heard that tone heavy in the booth. But when I see them in the streets, when I see them out in the flesh, they come and try and shake my hands. They come and try and make amends. But trust I can't take a chance. Cause in most cases, it be the ones that you trust the most. The ones you welcome in your home. The ones you can't leave alone. The same people you die for. Be the ones that'll leave you on your own. Just be careful of these snakes. Cause it be the ones you never know. Downfall. But I'm still screaming, fuck 'em all, cause they gave too much anger in my blood to stop now and let these dogs get what they want, cause it's fuck them now like it was fuck them then. Only thing
I'm just listening. It's one of them kind of, you just gotta tune in and just like see what I'm going for, innit? Like, yeah, man, I ain't got much to say, I just like it, you know that? I'm the worst at fucking breaking down shit sometimes, I swear. Just I like it, innit? Like, this ain't no breakdown, fuck it, this is my reaction, innit? And sometimes I ain't gonna force to say something if I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just enjoying it so far, innit? I like the fact that the melodic hook contrast with him rapping in the verses. I like that a lot. It's quite interesting because off the back of the last day one reaction I just did literally like minutes ago is personal preference. This is what we're getting down to now, personal preference. I like the fact that there's rap mixed in there for this kind of subject matter anyway.
Only thing that changed was boys to men. That's how it is, I won't stop. No, that's how I live.
This is mixed and engineered so well, by the way.
No. Tell them keep praying, but trust God and listening. They don't want that face to face, that social distancing. They want to see me fall. Who's that? Bros, cancer never.
I like that social distancing, but they don't want it face to face. They want to keep that distance from man. Social distance. I like that.
Social distancing, but trust God and listening. They don't want that face to face, that
social distancing.
They want to see me fall. Who's that? Bros, cancer never met. What's that? Fucks me, my bread, but they can't match the blood, tears and sweat. That's work rate overload. Many nights gone without sleep. They talk that struggle, but never gone a night without something to eat. What you know about what I said? What you know about tuna with noodles? What you know about sauce on bread? What you know about that? What you know about that?
What you know about not having nothing in the cupboard and making do with what you got? Listen, for that ain't for everyone, in it, boy. If you've been there, you know lyrics like that hit deep, innit?
About tuna with noodles. What you know about sauce on bread? What you know about that? What you know?
Did you know about sauce on bread? Man don't even have butter, so you know what you gotta do? You gotta get the ketchup, you gotta get the barbecue sauce out. Listen, man, a man's been there, man. I can understand.
What you know about tuna with noodles? What you know about sauce on bread. What you know about
If that's what he means anyway, maybe there's some other shit that he's talking about. I am literally talking about having to eat like fucking barbecue sauce on bread.
that? What you know about that? No water or food. What you know about trying to watch some cartoons? Babysit trying to occupy your little brothers while your parents shooting up in the room. That's some
Fuck, man. That's a deep ass lit. What do you know about keeping your brothers occupied whilst your parents are taking God knows what? You know what I mean? What do you know about having to take care of your younger siblings whilst they're putting shit in their arm, man? Mad.
fucked up conditions. Housing commission. They want to see my downfall but can't comprehend the effects of that living. Who are they kidding?
Can't comprehend the effects of that living. Listen, the long-term effects that has on somebody's mental. And when you're young, you may not even process that at the time, innit? It might not be till years later until you're an adult that you finally look back at something like that and go, right, is that what I seen? Because you've never talked about it, or you've never opened up, or you never had enough life. You ain't lived enough life to comprehend what's actually going on. Like, if you grow up and that's the environment you're in and that's all you're used to, then you don't know no different, innit? So he's talking about, yo, years down the line, looking back at that and going, right, is that the situation that I was in? That's fucked. And only realizing how fucked it is, or the layers that there may be to it once he's older. It's cold.
The brothers while your parents shooting up in the room. That's some fucked up conditions. Housing commission. They want to see my downfall but can't comprehend the effects of that living. Who are they kidding? Who? Huh? Aye. Why they keep fibbing? Me and them different. Swear they don't want to see me when I'm ignorant. Nah. Are they illiterate? Are they? Talking off and I'm the one they considering? Fucking children. Spot the difference. My downfall. But I'm still screaming, fuck 'em all, cause they gave too much anger in my blood to stop now and let these dogs get what they want. Cause it's fuck them now like it was fuck.
I wish that's the only thing I really like this instrumental. I wish it had more oomph behind it. That might be a mixing thing, to be fair, but I just wish it had more oomph. That's the only criticism I have of it. I want that shit to hit hard when that come back in. Have a little sweep before the drop and just cut that and then bang, hit on that first 808. That's the only thing I wish, but otherwise, yeah, man, cold.
Cause it's fuck them now like it was fuck them then. Only thing that changed was voice to men. That's how it is, I won't stop. No, that's how I live and won't stop. No.
Alright, man. Other than one or two little things, I like this, man. It's a cold track, man. Opened up with this one. Sometimes you don't need to be on road to have seen a madness in your younger years. Sometimes you don't need to be trapping this and shotting that and this, that and the other to, you know, have been through struggle. And that's what I respect about this. Say TrueGod here, he talks about some, you know, the shit that he had growing up. He talks about, despite all of those circumstances, people still pray on my downfall. People still seem to have hate for man. People still don't wish best for man, even if they knew what I've been through. He talks about, you know, maybe people just can't comprehend that. Maybe people just don't understand that, and they never will, so they won't ever get it. So, you know, they can pray for my downfall, and it is what it is, because they're just never going to understand what it's like to live through the eyes that I have seen life. And for him to present this on a track that has a bit of sauce to it as well, yeah, man, I respect it. Not the craziest voice in the world, but enough to supplement a melodic hook that, you know, fits in with the genre quite well. And then to contrast that with the rap, I think that's where the rap shines, in my opinion. Especially that second verse. That second verse, he got deep. And can we just say that, like, just by having the darkest story doesn't make you the best rapper. But he presented it in a really cool way, you know. I think he presented it in a very clear way. He said a lot in a very little, something I praise Husky for. And I feel like he does that very well here. He doesn't overdo it. He touches on something and he moves on. But there's a lot of content within that something that he touched on. Maybe you'll make other tracks that go more in depth and more focused about one thing, but for him to kind of summarize and give us a glimpse of something that he's been through, and then to keep it moving like that, It allows you to connect with him as an artist, as a fan of well, now I'm gonna say a fan of his music, you know what I'm saying? Like, you connect to him as an artist a bit more and you start to understand his story. And as a new artist, that's super important to start building a rapport with the people who start to follow you, so they can get an idea of what you're about and what you've been through, you know? And it's not to say like, oh, you've got to be best friends and tell your whole life story straight away, but it helps, innit? Because now, if you go and do some wavy shit, bro, I rate that. You know why I rate it? Because you've come from wherever you've come from, and now you're doing the thing that you're doing now. This is why when it comes to all these wavy artists, like, it's sick what they're doing, innit? But I respect the ones that have also been able to flip it on the other side, because it means when they are having good times, I want to celebrate that even more. I know that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, I really respect this track, and it don't have as many views as I think it should. I think this should get more, so feel free to go hop over on the original track, run the numbers up, let him know that like you're supporting him, whether you're a current fan or whether you're someone new and discovering him for the first time. Like, go show him a bit of love, man.